Good afternoon, dear students. I am Ms. Vandana Pai. In today's lecture of the course, Diploma in Human Resource Management, it's paper number 1, Management of Industrial Relations. Yes, we are discussing the unit number 3, which is entitled as Trade Union. In that, today we will be studying the role of trade union. Now, whenever we consider trade union, yes, what we have studied till now, the meaning of trade union, the definition of trade union, the functions of trade union. Is it? What is trade union all about? Yes, trade union is an association of employee into the organization. See what happens. The human resources who are working into the organization, a kind of protection, a kind of security, a kind of safety is needed to be given to these people. Because what happens, many of the time, the organizations, the management and the employer, they only impart or allot the task or the job to these people. Whenever we consider this activity, what about the facilities, what about the amenities, what about the necessary things, necessary allowances, necessary facilities which should be provided to these people so that they can work properly. Whenever we consider the trade unions. Who are the trade unions? What is trade union? Trade union is an association of people. Trade union is an association of people. Trade union is an association of members of the organization, is it? In which, yes, there are some leaders who strive harder to protect the rights of the employees, the human resources who are working into the organization. Okay, so when we consider the laborers, when we consider the workers, okay, the workers, who are these people? See, the workers, they give their 100% devotion, they work with efficiency, effectiveness. Okay, whenever we consider when we consider such type of trade unions, the leaders of trade unions, they are appointed so that they can represent the employees or members of the organization, right? Okay, now even what happens, whenever we consider any organization, usually the organizations, they less care about the human resources who are working with them, is it? They are not able to give them. So many of the organizations, what they do, yes, they don't provide necessary facilities to their employees. They allot the lots of tasks, is it? But due to improper workplace or quality of workplace, usually what happens, the employees, they opt for leaving the organization, is it? And if you think that the organization should be healthy, should be having harmonious relations, is it? It should work in a proper manner. Yes, surely the organizations as well as the employers, they should be caring about their employees. Okay, so this Okay, whenever the employer, whenever the organization, they are not on the right track, they are on the wrong track, is it? And they are not caring about their employees. What does trade unions do? Yes, okay, carrying the grievances, carrying the complaints, the employees, what they do is they approach the trade unions, and these trade unions, what they do, yes, these trade unions, they further, yes, forward such type of issues, such type of grievances and complaints to the employers, and try to get it sorted, is it? So that usually the negotiation or collective bargaining, is it, this method is used to resolve such type of issues, is it? So whenever we consider, the trade unions, see, they play a very important role nowadays into the organization structures. Why? Because see, whenever we consider the employer as well as employee, is that there are a number of issues through which, is it, the relations can be spoiled, is it? For example, see, if the employer is not able, if the employer, he is not able to get or to understand what the employee is in need of, is it? Then what happens? Yes, as he is not aware about it, yes, he is not able to fulfill, he is not able to fulfill whatsoever the employee is in need of, is it? As the needs of the employees, they are not satisfied, further, is it, they are converted into grievances, is it? Carrying the grievances, those employees, what they do, they approach the employer, is it? Now employer, is it, this person, he is not in position or he is not able to understand the employee, is it? Whenever the employee is not understood by the employer, surely somewhat the relationship between the employer employee, is it, it can be spoiled further, is it? What the employees do, they approach the trade unions, then the trade unions, through the methods like and tools like collective bargaining, negotiating, yes, they try to resolve the grievances. Or else what happens, is it, if such kind of grievances they are not resolved, if such kind of grievances they are not resolved, then surely it will result into lockouts, strikes, all these phases, is it? So trade union are very important, is it? And whenever we consider trade unions, is it, see, they know about, as they are the association of members of the organization, that is association of employees itself, so they are aware about the needs of the employees, is it? So it is quite easier for the trade unions, yes, it is quite easier for the trade unions to represent their side, is it? And the employers also, what they do, they enter into partnership with the trade unions, because many of the time what happens, the employers, is it, they are not able to fulfill all the needs of the employees, because they do also have certain limitations, right? Is it? They do also have certain limitations, okay? And employees, many of the time employees also, they are not in that position to understand the employers, is it? So if certain issues they are not sorted in the right way, if they are not solved in the good way, what will happen? Yes, it will surely result into conflict, is it? Conflict further raise to, yes, strikes raise to lockouts, okay? And lockouts, due to lockouts, what will happen? Yes, due to lockouts, yes, surely it will result into some kind of, yes, some kind of unrest into the industry, So if you think that your organization should be a sound organization, if you think that your organization should be sound organization, first and foremost thing what you should be doing about is care about your employees and be attached with the trade unions. Okay, getting it? So let's see the rules of trade union. First rule is wages and salaries. Okay, wages and salaries. See, wages and salaries. First, we will understand the meaning of these two terms, because many of the time what happens, alternatively or interchangingly these words are used, but they are not one and the same. Is it? See, in our organization, two kind of workers they work. Is it? Who are these two kind of worker? First kind of worker is blue collar worker, and the second type is white collar workers. Is it? See, who is blue collar worker? Yes, who is blue collar workers? Yes, the workers who work in the factory. Is it? Those workers, they are called as blue collar workers. Okay, those workers, they are called as blue collar workers. Is it? Now, whenever we think about yes, blue collar workers, yes, these people, they work unto the machineries, so they are called as blue collar workers. Is it? See, be clear with this. Blue collar workers. Who are blue collar workers? Blue collar workers are the workers who work in the factory building, who work on the machineries. Is it? Such kind of people, such kind of workers, such kind of employees, they are called as blue collar workers. And the other part is white collar workers. Who are the white collar workers? Yes, white collar workers are those workers who are usually referred as office bearers. Okay, means those workers, those employees who work in offices. Is it? They are called as white collar workers. Okay, getting it? Then see, blue collar workers, they do have heavy physical work. And when we consider white collar workers, yes, they have mental work. Is it? Got the difference between who is blue collar workers and who is white collar worker? Yes. Okay. So blue collar workers are the workers who work in the factory building, who work on the machineries. Is it? And who are the white collar workers then? White collar workers are the workers who are usually termed as office bearers, who work in the offices. Okay, getting it? Now, we were at wages and salaries, right? Okay, what is the difference between wages and salaries? See, the workers who work in the factories, that is the laborers, they get wages. Is it? Those who do physical work. Okay, those who do physical work, these people, they do receive wages. Is it? Okay, so they are called as blue collar workers and they get wages. Is it? And the other part, the office bearers, they do get salaries. Is it? So how much wage should be paid to a person? Yes, how much wage should be paid to a person? Means how much wage is this person supposed to be paid? See, there is a terminology, fair wages. Is it? Fair wages. Means, see, this person, this worker, at least, okay, he should be able to make his expenditure, right? At least that much should be his expenditure, his wage. Is it? How much wage a person should be getting? Yes, the wage which is equal to or through which he can do his expenditure. Is it? बघा, एखाद्याला वेज किती दिले पाहिजेत? ॲटलिस्ट त्याला त्याचे एक्सपेंडिचर्स जे आहेत, ॲटलिस्ट त्याला त्याचे एक्सपेंडिचर तरी करता आले पाहिजेत. इज इट? बरोबर आहे, तेवढे तरी वेजेस असले पाहिजेत. Right? Okay. So that are called as fair wages. Okay. Now, salary. What is salary? Yes, salary is given to the office bearers. Salary is given to the office bearers. Right? Okay. So, when we consider the wages and the salaries, is it? How much wage or how much salary should be paid to an employee? Yes, this person, he does has his expenditure, right? He does has his living, okay? He needs to maintain his standard of living, right? Whenever we consider all these things, is it? Whenever we consider all these things, at this time, yes, it is quite needed that this person should be paid that much that he can manage his expenses. So, see, whenever we consider the disputes or conflict between employer and employee, usually wages and salaries, this is one of the issue through which both, that is employer and employee, they enter into conflict. Okay. Then, in the organized industry, wages and benefits are determined through processes such as collective bargaining, wage boards, conciliation, and adjudication. Working of all these processes deserves systematic inquiry, union power, and objective facts hopefully influence the wage scene through these forums. Okay, see, there are certain boards. Okay, there are certain boards into the organization who strive harder to quote the correct wage to the correct wage to the laborers or employees. Okay, so whenever we consider the wages and salaries, the trade union, what it does, yes, trade union actively looks after these topics, that the wages to the workers and salaries to the office bearers, they are paid in a good manner. Okay, no type of injustice is made on these people. Okay, then the working conditions. Okay, working condition. What is working condition? See, another major objective of trade unions is to ensure the safety of workers. Okay, see, the workers, yes, they carry their individual goals into the organizations, and completing their individual goals, okay, they do also complete the organizational goals. Is it? So when we consider the individual goals as well as the organization goals, somewhere, okay, if the organization is readily assigning some duties, some roles, some responsibilities to its employees, then some facilities are required, or which are especially required, okay, those should be provided to these people. Is it? Means, see, for example, if a task related to something online, it is given to an employee, yes, you should be providing that person with PC, that is computer. With that, yes, the light connectivity, it should be good. With that, internet connectivity should be provided to that person. Is it? That much is not enough. Okay, see, if your working hours, they are long for 6 to 7 or 8 hours, is it? If you are asking your employees to work from 10 to 6, is it? See, some of the strict breaks these people, they do need. Is it? Because after break, they can work with equal flexibility, with equal dedication. Okay, so whenever we consider the working conditions, okay, whether okay, whenever you are asking your employee to work on some machineries like cutting machineries and all, are you providing them with the safety tools? If you are not providing them with the safety tools, yes, you don't care about your employees, right? Okay, now apart from this, okay, see, water, it is quite needed, right? Because thirst and hunger, these are the two things which are inevitable into human life. Is it? So if you are not making the employees available with drinking water facility, what will happen then? Yes, it will result into discomfort among the employees, right? If you are asking your employee to work for 8 long hours, is it, and you are not making available drinking water facilities, is it, then it is not good. Is it? Then weekly holidays, is it, at least one day from the week, it should be given off to the employees. Why? Yes, a strict relaxation, it is needed by these employees, right? A strict relaxation, it is needed by the employees. Okay, getting it? Then the working hours, how much should be the working hours? If you are asking your employee to work for 18 long hours, they can't work for so much hours, right? They can't work for so much hours, is it? Then what you are required to do? Yes, as per the energy level, as per the capacity level, and considering human as a natural source and resource, is it? What you can do? Yes, you can limit the working hours, is it? For example, 8 hours, is it? Max to maximum 8 hours, is it? More than 8 hours, if you are asking an employee to work, is it? It is not good for his health, right? And even he can't work with the same kind of energy, right? Then proper ventilation, is it? Proper ventilation is to be given, or it is needed for that person, is it? Then lights, is it? Such kind of basic facilities, they should be provided at the workplace, is it? Unless until you provide the employees with all these things, yes, they will not be able to work with you in a good manner. Okay, so trade unions, what they do, they see to it that the proper working hours or proper working conditions, they are provided to the employees, is it? Then the personnel policies, any personnel policy of the employer with respect to promotion, transfer and training may be challenged by trade unions if arbitrate. Okay, see, some policies related to employees, they are finalized in the organization, right? Okay, so whenever we consider the trade unions, okay, what the trade unions do, if some of the policies related to, say, the organization, it does finalizes some of the policies related to human resources into their organization. So whenever we consider such type of personnel related or human resource related policies, okay, what we should be doing? Yes, as an employer, we should care about this, that we have included these personnels into the decision making related to them, is it? Or else, okay, what the trade union does, the trade union itself, it becomes a part of such type of meetings. Okay, due to this, what happens? Yes, due to this, the employee will not be harassed anyway. Okay, then the discipline. Trade union also protects the workers from arbitrary discipline action taken by the management against any worker. See, the trade union, what it does, it protects, right, the worker. That if some of the disciplinary actions, serious actions are related to the workers, they are taken. Okay, some of the serious actions related to the workers, they are taken. Is it, for example, suspension or anything else? Then what the trade union does? Yes, trade union looks to it that the worker is not harassed, the worker is not, is it, the interest of the worker is not harmed or hurted anyway, is it? And okay, it inquires what was the matter and all, is it? And an appropriate, yes, an appropriate decision, it is finalized in this respect. Then, welfare. The main objective of the trade union is to work for the welfare of the workers. This includes welfare of the family members or children of the worker. See what is done. Trade union, it takes extra effort to have welfare of the workers. Is it? Means not only the workers but how their dependents or legal heirs, okay, these people are also benefited by this. Okay, see, the trade unions, what they do, the trade unions, they protect the employees by giving or by suggesting the management with insurance schemes or schemes related to safety and welfare of the workers or the employees who are working with them. Is it? Then with them, for example, see, if there is accidental death of the employee, then what about the dependents? What about their dependents? Is it? It will be quite harder time for the dependents of this person who is working with you. Is it? So some of the safety related provisions, they are added into the policies laid down by the employer of the organization, through which the protection will be given to the yes, to whom? To the employees of your organization, even their dependents. Then employee and employer relations. Employee and employer relations. Okay, trade union, it represents the whole group of workers. Is it? So industrial peace is one of the motive of employer and employee. Is it? That is what the trade union does. It strives harder, it takes much more efforts, through which the employer and employee relations, it will be sustained, it will not be affected, because is it, many of the time trade union, it plays the role of arbitrator. It plays the role of arbitrator. Means what? On behalf of the employer, they speak with the employee. On behalf of employee, they speak with the employer. So if there are any misunderstanding or misagreements on or disagreements on any issue, yes, what the trade union does, trade union carefully takes actions in this respect, okay, and tries to resolve such type of arguments which has been aroused between employer and employee. Okay, due to this what happens? Yes, due to this both the employer as well as employee will be having good as well as sound relations among them, which will further result into soundness and industrial peace. Then negotiating machinery. Yes, Trade union, what it does, it always uses its weapon, that is collective bargaining. Is it? See, many of the time there are many of the issues between employer and employee. ओके, बरेचशा अशा गोष्टी घडत असतात एम्प्लॉयर आणि एम्प्लॉईमध्ये. इज इट? बरेचसे इश्यूज असतात, त्याच्यामुळे त्यांची भांडणं किंवा डिस्प्यूट्स त्यांच्यामध्ये होऊ शकतात. ओके, ॲट दिस टाईम ट्रेड युनियन ऑलवेज युजेस कलेक्टिव्ह बार्गेनिंग. मीन्स वॉट? येस, it tries to resolve the issues in such a way that both the parties towards the conflict, that is the employer as well as the employee, both will be, yes, both employer as well as employee, both will be benefited by the solution which is passed. Okay, getting it? Then, through this, the interest of the workers, they are safeguarded in such a way that, okay, the interest of the workers, they are safeguarded in such a way that, yes, they will no longer need to leave the job. Okay, then safeguarding organizational health and the interest of the industry. See, whenever we consider organizational climate, it should always be sound ones. Okay, if you think that your organizational goals, it should be accomplished, achieved in time, what you should be doing? Yes, you should care about your organizational health. Okay, even you should always see to it that your employee is always satisfied. Is it? Because if employee is not satisfied, then what will happen? Yes, if the employee is not satisfied, surely it will be reflected into the activity which you have handed over to him, that is in the task accomplishment. Okay, getting it? So due to this, what happens? Yes, your production is affected. If the production is affected, yes, whatsoever you will be supplying, it will be not having the quality which you need to be delivered. Is it? Due to this, what happens? Yes, due to this, surely the organizational soundness, it will be affected. Okay, because see, overall, if you are placing a product in the market, which is not having a quality, into it, what will happen? Yes, due to this, the organization's reputation will be harmed, because the customer will not tolerate for inferior quality. Is it? If you are providing a good which is having inferior quality, the customer will never tolerate. Is it? The customer will never tolerate for this. Is it? So, if you think that whatsoever you are sending in the market, it should be, is it? It should be preferred by the customers. Yes, you should care about the moods of the employees. That is, yes, how the employee will be satisfied working in our organization. Is it? Then, alone workers feel weak. See, trade unions, they provide a platform to the employees. Means what? Yes, the trade unions, yes, it provides a platform in such a respect that the employees will surely, okay, whatsoever might be the issues or whatsoever might be the queries into the mind of these people, they can share there. Is it? Due to this, what happens? Yes, due to this, surely the organizations will get some active staff. Is it? Even whenever they disclose each and everything which they feel with the trade union can represent it, or they can further, is it, pass it on to the employers. Is it? And what employers will be doing? Yes, they will resolve it. Is it? So it will be easier for the welfare of the worker itself. So this is the role of trade union actually. Okay, बघा काय करतं ट्रेड युनियन? वेजेस अँड सॅलरीज रिलेटेड इश्यूज सॉल्व्ह करतात, वर्किंग कंडिशन प्रॉपर आहेत का बघतात, ओके, पर्सनल पॉलिसीसुद्धा प्रॉपर आहेत का बघतात, कुठल्याही प्रकारे हॅरॅसमेंट वर्करची होणार नाही ना हे बघतात. इज इट? नंतर डिसिप्लिनरी ॲक्शन समजा वर्कर्सवरती घेतली असेल, एम्प्लॉईजवरती घेतली असेल तर ती इज इट स्ट्रिक्टली अनफॉलो करतात. ओके, एम्प्लॉईचं वेलफेअर बघतात, एम्प्लॉईचं रिलेशन व्यवस्थित कसं राहील हे बघतात. इज इट? निगोशिएट करतात. इज इट? ऑर्गनायझेशन हेल्थ जे आहे ते सेफ ठेवतात आणि येस वर्कर्सला प्लॅटफॉर्म प्रोव्हाइड करतात. सो विथ दिस we conclude today's lecture. Thank you.